hopefully be a quick one. Have I ever done a quick video? Anyway, I just got done playing a scenario from Enemy at the Gates, which is an expansion to Heroes of the Bitter Harvest, which is a lock and load tactical game that is yet to come out. This copy I got from Lock and Load Publishing, actually David Heath. It was kind of his pre-production confirmation copy and was kind of sent it to me, so I've been shooting some content on it, and I'll put links to that in the description of this video so you can go check out some unboxing and some overviews of some of the materials. However, I before I punched everything out and sorted it and put it away, because there is a lot in that box, just check out the video. I thought I'd play a few scenarios and see how it plays. The scenario that I picked here out of Enemy of the Gates, and again, this is a expansion. This doesn't come with Heroes of the Bitter Harvest unless maybe you kickstarted it, but you can get this as an expansion, as Lock and Load typically does their expansions. And the one I picked was this Hunting in the Hills, which you have the Soviets setting up first, and they have quite a few. They have some tanks, but they also have some quite a bit of anti-tank weaponry. The Germans are mostly motorcycle units and some tank as well. And they're entering on this board here. The Soviets set up first on these maps, and then the Germans enter in from the west here. The goal of the game is to control the most hill hexes at the end of the game, and this is somewhat of where things were left off. I've been pushing some counters around before I decided to shoot this video, before I start having to bag all this. And again, I'll probably end up bagging it, because I don't think a tray will fit back in the box just with the amount of content that's in this box. So I'll probably end up bagging it like I bagged some of the other Lock and Load tactical stuff that I have. So the Soviets set up first. They really didn't care about this board. They set up pretty heavily here. Tanks in the front, anti-tank weaponry on the side of the hills, and set up in these buildings here, mainly to stave off some, a tank attack there as well. The Germans sent out, again, it's mostly a motorcycle troop here. That's a reduced squad here. These guys here and plus some armor. They sent out kind of a diversionary force or something to draw fire, and got decimated by the Soviet tanks that were in the front. But then that drew their fire, so they were able to move and flank around the sides here. But as you can see with all the wrecks here, they really bought it when it came to the Soviet anti-tank weapons and the Soviet tanks that came up to reinforce these areas as well. Devin, the game designer and the namesake on the box there, or the guys who's on the box there, designer of this game, bought it here with some anti-tank weaponry in this wheat field here. I had him on one of the lead tanks. So the Germans were able to do some flanking, but by the game was, I went 10 turns. It's a 10-turn game, but it really was kind of decided by about 6, maybe 7. It was pretty much all but done. The Germans could not dislodge enough stuff off this hill. They end up taking some stuff on this hill. There really wasn't any fighting over here, but just to have some hills to their name, because this was a mess over here. A lot of fighting on this high point of the hill, this bloody high point here. We're actually in that ravine right there, trying to take out stuff. And it just, the Germans weren't going to be able to have it get enough dislodged to control enough hills there. Pretty bloody fighting. The Germans took heavy casualties on the armor and on their forces as well. Interesting scenario. As I said, I just thought I'd try this out, see what it was like. I want to try this out using some more of the extra things that come in the game. There is a whole new solo system that, I mean, it's based on the original solo system or the solo assist system, but this one is exclusively for this game. It's not a universal system. It comes with the game, and it's solo assist for Bitter Harvest. So some of the cards, and then how you build the deck on the cards, and along with the solo charts. There's several new charts, and because the cards, you use the solo assist cards, and then you have to refer to the chart, which is kind of a decision tree based on the different postures of the forces, whether they're defensive or offensive, and the like. And that tells you kind of further translate what's on the card to tell you what your move is, or fire, or who they're going to move or fire to, or what actions they're going to take. And I didn't get into that as much. I want to do some more into that. Using the materials, there's a lot of materials in this. The ones I used probably the most was this combat chart here, just to get, and the combat system is not super complex, but I used this probably the most, and then also used this online play, outline of play, just to get familiar. I hadn't played Lock and Load Tactical in a while, and I go through a lot of different games, so it's useful for me to get back to it. I also use this. This does not come with the game. I bought this separately a while back, but this quick reference flip cards, this is kind of interesting. It gets you some of your key combat charts and things you need to refer to, spotting and the like over time, melee and stuff. Use that, and that's still, I think, the same version of the current rules, which is 5.1. So anyway, there you have it. Kind of a bloody engagement, but it was interesting to get back into the game. I hadn't played Lock and Load Tactical in a while, so I wanted to get back into this and experience this. This is if you're interested in Lock and Load Tactical, this is more of the same. Actually, I shouldn't say the same. There's a lot of new stuff in this, as far as there's kind of a role-playing aspect where you can roll up a leader and play that leader through several scenarios, kind of on a campaign. The solo system is different, or is updated, and so that's new. The content, of course, is all dealing with the Case Blue, dealing with World War II, Eastern Front in the South. And Enemy at the Gates is mainly around Stalingrad and some of the engagements around there. Plus, that gets into some heavier into the urban fighting and rubble and sewer movement and the like. So, if you're interested in Lock and Load Tactical, then this, and especially World War II set of Lock and Load Tactical, then this is probably a must-buy in that regard. I found this all very enjoyable and interesting, and want to get more to the table. But I got to get some other stuff to the table too, so I thought I'd knock out a few scenarios before I start bagging this stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do this one again, or do another one out of the Enemy at the Gates, and do it with the solo specific. If I do that, I might do an after-action report on that as well. But anyway, that is what I've been up to. If you guys have this on pre-order, then you should be excited. This is good stuff. If you don't, then you might want to be looking into trying out this system. If you haven't played Lock and Load Tactical System, there's a lot out there on it. I've covered a lot of small unit tactical or squad level tactical games, and played a lot. And this one is right up there as far as simplicity. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of chrome, as you would find with any small unit tactical game, but this one has a way of kind of cutting through some of that and boiling it down to the basics. And so I find it easier to play once I get familiar with the rules again. Then I find this one relatively easy to play as compared to some of the other ones. I might need to do just a deep dive on small unit tactical games and what are the pros and cons of them. That might be interesting. One of the pros, again, of the Lock and Load Tactical System is just the sheer weight of the content. Now, it doesn't have the life of Advanced Squad Leader, which has been around for a long time and has oodles of content, but they have quite a bit of variety in the Lock and Load Tactical System, with not only World War II, but also have modern and Vietnam and stuff like that. So there's quite a bit of content that you can get into here. Anyway, that's what I have for you today. This probably went on longer than I expected, but just wanted to drop a line. And also thanks Lock and Load Publishing for for sending me this, and I'm gonna try to hopefully get some more out before it gets out. Thanks. Bye. Thanks for watching.